Uh, what's going on, good people? L.A.R. movement still moving. I'm gonna go live since I'm in the house and I'm off today. And if you could tell by the title, it's our community needs to have an honest discussion. And this discussion is gonna be on various topics. Excuse me. And these various topics are gonna cover some things. The first topic is life worth. It is all my fault, George. We got to talk about life worth in our community because I had a discussion with my aunt yesterday about what's going on, DJ Moss, Naima, what's going on? Blame me from the door. I blame you, George. We have to have an honest discussion because my aunt was talking about the situation with the uh, um, Atiana Jefferson in Fort Worth. And I told her, I said, you know what's going to wind up coming up out of that is, she's like, they're going to have to put this person in jail. And I said, listen, you know what they're going to wind up doing is, what's up, Afro? The questions are going to be, so when a black woman dies, now y'all know how to get it right. Devin, what's going on? And she was like, and she said, man, I never thought about that, but yeah, it might come up. And I'm like, yeah, we're going to have that type of discussion where in both situations with both of them, John, what's going on, Third Ward? With both of them, John and Atiana are ridiculous on the parts of the people who murdered them. But I figured what's going to wind up happening is brothers are going to start talking about her. And I told her I love her, and she, whoa, you know. And what will wind up happening is they're gonna be like, okay, so when a guy dies at the hands, a white woman kills a black guy, or what, everybody's forgiven. Or well, not everybody, but the forgiving thing came into play. But when a white man kills a black woman, all of a sudden we're not gonna forgive because the bulk of our community thought it was BS anyways. I know that. Aubrey, what's going on? But I think what winds up happening is it brings up this conversation of, so when it comes to black men, our lives are not worth as much as our women, right? What's up, self care? And I think brothers gonna always have an issue with that. Not necessarily because we should want as men our Simone, hey, we should want as men to be the first to go instead of our women. That's just a man's position. You get what I'm saying? But the community itself, you gotta have to take this stance. What's up, Dion? That you gonna wind up making these guys Donnell, what's popping? You gonna make this take this issue where guess what's gonna happen? Guys are starting to feel like they're not worth much no matter what they do. Oh, here we go. Lovely lady starting these shenanigans. And what's up, Mr. Imperfection? My bad, fam. My bad. So when it comes to life worth, and it spills out to, sometimes I watch clips of these shows online, on YouTube, and the sisters could get curling, what's popping? And these sisters could get mad disrespectful. And if a guy starts going at her, you can't talk like that to a woman. And it's like, but you shouldn't be able to talk like that to a man either. So what you're saying is Dion, thanks. What you're saying is these guys' life and their respect is worth less than yours. And this is gonna be a problem. And it's been a problem. Guys, for the most part, are sick of it. But in our community, we're gonna have to address this thing where it's the act of men's lives not being worth anything unless they're doing something for you. If they're pulling you out of a situation or doing something that puts money in your pocket, I feel you, Mike. Or putting money in your pocket, all of a sudden he's valuable. Well, it's not he's actually valuable, it's what he's giving you is valuable. And the old statement, man made the money, money never made the man. And was what comes up in our community where people feel like they've been left and abandoned, but you don't want to talk about the lack of respect that you have for these men. Southwest one, what's going on? SW1, that's in Southwest. I'm used to saying Southwest, so excuse me. You know, Tony, what's going on? And I ain't even asking women to be accountable, Tony. I'm just saying, these guys are not A lot of men aren't trying to hear that they're not valuable, that they have no worth or are less valuable than anybody else on the planet. And sometimes, people feel like these brothers are leaving and brothers are abandoned. What's up, Uber guy? What's popping with you, man? And you feel like these guys don't, you feel like these men don't respect people. They abandoned you, they left you, they're no good. Well, sometimes a lot of y'all don't want to take into the consideration. A lot of y'all disrespect for these men is very toxic, and these men want to be in the spaces that they're respected. What's going on? Zakaria, what's popping? From Germany. Salute to you. Salute to you. I know it's getting cold on y'all. Keep that, fam. Matty Ghost. Torian, what's going on, man? I had to do a video on Atiana's dad because of you, so I'm just letting you know I'm uploading it now. Well, I ain't uploaded it yet, but Marzel, what's going on? So this is problem number one that we need to talk about. Marcus, what's up? Problem number two, and our community needs to talk about is appreciation. We have this hard issue with not appreciating each other, and that's a problem. Exactly, Leo. And when brothers do something, until we respect each other as men, and we have to get, yeah, George, I definitely get that. Like, what it is for me, George, is the guys who actually give people something to respect are not being respected, just out of pure sheer habit. That's why I was about to talk about appreciation, because what winds up happening is when people do things, it's not appreciated, and it hasn't been appreciated for a very long time. And instead of being appreciated, Emma, thank you. You know what? I had this is why I'm doing it, because I had this conversation with my aunt yesterday. What I wind up doing is, oh man, McKean, what's happening? Magnificent. What winds up happening is when you don't appreciate somebody, they're gonna take their appreciation somewhere else. And when somebody's being respectable and being honorable and having integrity and even having your back, and your response is to not respect that, they gone. They can only be there for so long. They feel like a doormat, or being used. Like nobody likes that. And our issue is we're not appreciating each other. We're looking at each other sometimes as stepping stones. I'm gonna use you to get here, and I'm gonna use this person to get here, and then I'm gonna be on top. It's like, what you gonna be on top of? Because the same people that you meet going up is gonna be the same people you meet going down, and they ain't gonna have no love for you because you just use them without appreciation. You know, and I think that's just a issue. Because as being fair, you know, the women don't appreciate good men, and the men don't appreciate good women. You know, to be considered a good person, we're only going to respect you if you got enough money to give me, or if you're attractive enough. What's up, Big Poe? Or if you're attractive enough to Sakima, what's going on? Or if you're attractive enough to arouse us enough that we want to appreciate you, because I want your body. So, when somebody's not that attractive and they're a good person, who cares? Somebody's not rich and they're a good person, who cares? And then, I was talking to a good friend of mine, and, we were talking about, Taka, what's going on? You know, I was talking to a good friend of mine about this, where she was like, I've met a lot of amazing people and I continue to meet amazing people. And I was like, that's dope, but as you get older, you're not going to meet as many amazing people. And she was like, I refuse to believe that. And she was right. And I said, I have to change what I meant. And what I meant was, you won't be able to be with an amazing person, because amazing people are in high demand. Intense Fitway, what's good, man? Hey, man, I can't do your workouts, dog. I just left the gym. I can't do that, man. But we don't appreciate that because what winds up happening. You know, these people, people want to be with amazing people to the point where they're gonna be less and less in existence as you get older. Plus, they're gonna want somebody to be amazing to them. They're not gonna want to just be amazing people all the time by any means necessary. What's popping? You know, they're gonna want somebody to be amazing to them. And I think this is part of the appreciation and the lack of appreciation in the community. You know, hold up. I agree because we have a morally bankrupt and out of place culture. And the only thing that we will change, unify black men. Yeah, I mean, we go. I mean, I think that's part of the issue, George. Is only a certain group of us are gonna be unified because I don't think we can trust each other like that. All of us. I'm gonna get to trust after a while though, but because of not being able to see as many amazing people as when you get older, you gonna have that issue. Now, the other thing that's part of the topic for this is we need to have some serious discussion or real discussion is who's being real. Because a lot of times we consider being loud, aggressive. Oh, you hear that? Mind your business, then. I told y'all I'd be listening to music in the house. I don't watch TV. But what's going on, Devin? Don't you call me while this is going on, acting crazy. Thanks, Gregory. And what winds up happening is a lot of us aren't being real because we consider being real being loud, aggressive. That's passionate. You feel me? And I'm like, that's just being loud and abrasive. Like, that's not passion. And then when it comes to being real as far as getting something done or rolling up your sleeve and doing something, all of a sudden people ain't real no more. People are real when it comes to partying. What's going on, Topaz? Gerard, what's happening, man? You know, what winds up happening with us is we do this thing where, you know, we can have a good time and be real having a good time, but we not want to have a good time with sacrifice. Omega Dreads was good. When it's time to sacrifice for each other, we're not willing to do that. We're not being real in it. You can show up and be real with, somebody giving you money. Yeah, Topaz, I hope you're liking it out here. I hope you're liking it out here too. Uh, and that's like a big issue just for me as a person. Like, we can't be real with each other. America is Kemet. Peace to you. You to God. You feel? You know, this is why we have the issues sometimes that we do. We need to talk about them because when people say that they're real, you can circumvent being real as long as you're entertaining. And when somebody is not entertaining, they're not real. And that's disgusting. You know, because you know you cringe. Hey man, just take it's a compliment. Just take it. Just take it. You know, I appreciate that Uber guy because that becomes an issue. Like we're not entertaining, we're not cool. And then as I get older, and when I was younger, I didn't understand the duality of this. What's up, Charles? Oh yeah, yeah, that was Teddy P. You better, you damn sure it was. Lando. But when people out here, and I realized this, as like I said, when I was young, I got older, I couldn't figure it out. The real people were people like my granddad and my grandmother and my grandparents, who went to work every day, rolled up their sleeves. They took a pay cut in their life, not from their job, but in their life, to make sure we had stuff, to make sure we had a place to stay, to make sure we had food to eat, to make sure we had clean clothes. They took a time out of life to make sure we had manners. We were prepared for society. You get what I'm saying? And that was being real. And I remember my grandparents died, and they say, some people dropped the ball. You know, peasants. Ooh. And now I'm looking at it like, okay, who's willing to make those sacrifices? Ed the Wave was popping. Now, exactly. Exactly, Ed. Exactly. And that's, part of the fourth part of this little one of the issues that we need to talk about is our children are unprepared. We have smart kids, we have talented kids, but I think too many of our children are unprepared. If we're trying to save them from, we're trying to give them as long as of a childhood as we can give them for black children because they're not going to get much of a childhood. But in part of that, you see a lot of adults who are stagnant. They're stagnant adults because, they got all the stuff that they wanted, or they got some of the stuff that they wanted. You know, they got to go to the parties and be sociable and all that other stuff. But let's be honest, when it came to life, unprepared. I remember I remember when I got out of college, the first time when I was in college actually, the first time I had an apartment. Um, yeah, exactly. First time I got a lease. Parents never told me anything about a lease. Just sign the paper and pay this amount of money. That's all they said, right? Never told me anything about contracts. When I had a car and I had to sign, make the payments on the car, somebody told you sign it, blah blah blah. House, same thing. And I'm like, credit card, same thing. And I would run into people the same age as me. And sometimes as I got older, people older than me who did what? They had no Bo, what's up, Bo Cobain? You know, they had no idea about life. Nothing. Like nothing. I was talking to a family member and I was saying recently, family member got robbed and I was like, why don't you should get renter's insurance? He was like, what is that? He's like in his 50s. Exactly, live. Like we're not preparing our kids to be financially literate. We want our kids to grow up, get out the house, and hopefully make enough money to take care of us. But that's interesting. No life skills. We don't teach them gardening. We don't teach them, just care for their own selves and own homes. If they own homes, we don't teach them finances. We don't teach them actually how the world works. And a lot of times I get so sick of it. What's up? I correlated. I get so sick of it when I see people and it's 2018. It's 2019. It's gonna be 2000. I didn't know racism still existed. Man, if you black and you say that, you need to be shot. Yes, it exists, but you should know how to handle it by now. Andrew, what's good? Like you should know how to handle it by now, and you should have taught your kids how to handle it by now. Excuse me. you know, you should know how to handle it by now. Yes, yes, self care. And I'm not the best. I can't say I'm like an entrepreneur or I got the best business acumen because I was never taught about business like that. But the things I was taught, I remember. But a lot of things I had to self teach myself. And nobody cared if I self-taught myself. Actually, I was like a latchkey kid, so he gonna be all right because he can. I have the mentality to figure it out. But that's the problem. If you got adults around you, and the adults around you get some hair, hey boy, I got some hair on these sides, boy. These sides and this back, boy. Don't make me grow this Kimbo slice out on your ass, chief. you know exactly. The public schools raise the kids in electronics. That's true. But the kids are being unprepared. Just unprepared. And then we get mad. We get mad for no reason. I'll knock you oil it? What is oil it, bro? Oil it? Chief, Chief, okay, meet me in real life and say that to my face that you knock me out, okay? But now I'm gonna block you for a little while, cause truth be told, if you saw me in real life and you wouldn't do nothing, I'll beat the brakes off of you. So but you be on timeout for a while, bro. Now, you know, that's the issue. So, no, just trolling season. I feel you. I feel you, Joe Peterson. But that's one of the issues. Cats are not. What's up, young link? So cats are not teaching kids. And then when the kids become adults, those adults are trying to teach kids. But sometimes you got people playing catch up. Because now, if you didn't teach the kids, and they're late bloomers a lot of times. Young Link, man, what's up? My bad, fam. My bad. Yeah, people, Bo, we got a lot of access to the information age, but we do it for entertainment. You know. Okay, you like my videos, but not me. I guess. All right, whatever. Yeah, you ain't gotta like me, bro. You don't even know me, so whatever. Exactly. You can't prepare your kids if you're not prepared, and that's a problem. In my opinion, every culture has their own negative tag. I mean, I hear you, Andrew, but we have a different experience. That is just the reality. We have a different experience. What's up, Isha? Why do Keenan, what's good? The other thing is, with that over time, it's a lack of family. Right, what's going on? Man, boy, I ain't gonna say the educational system is stealing money. College education is stealing money, for sure. You know. Oh shit. Is it P? What's popping? You from Panama? But you in the ATL? Two of them ain't that. you know. But a lot of times the lack of family is with a player. What's happening? Player made. The lack of family is becoming an issue. Not necessarily lack of people, but Mr. E, Shan, Ant, you know, I'm Mr. Consistent, man. I'm doing too much there. Uh, oh man, don't worry about that, Marcus, man. If people want to be negative and troll, I ain't tripping about that, really. I'm putting up a video about student loans right now, Marzel. But a lot of we don't have like I can't say we all don't, but I think it's a lack of family atmosphere where it's people that actually have your back, and a lot of families I think been burned. What's up, 305? Dade County? you know, I think a lot of us have been burned by family members who weren't on the up and up, so that burned a lot of bridges with the families. And guess what happens? Now families are all out for self. Here's what it is. You know, so you got a bunch of individuals that are related and not a bunch of family that could work together. And a lot of times, if you got family, man, you could do a lot. What's going on, honey? You could do a lot because your family could teach you things. Your family is your network. Your family is your support system. Your family has your back. What's up, Rich? Your family is there to fill in for things. I'm gonna get to that part of it too, Paul, because I mean, is it sometimes it is no fathers, and sometimes people have played so many games. Tom, it was good. Sometimes people have played so many games that you know things don't aren't right. You know, yeah, exactly. People are quick to put the kids out, Trenton. Like, and even with the father part, like a lot of times people say fathers are non-existent. What's up, LC? But or not in kids' lives. TD, what's good? But when you don't you listen to a lot of single mothers talk about these stories, and you listen to a lot of young children talk about these stories. The thing about it is when you talk to people who are adults, that's who you need to be actually talking to, because now they can say if their father was actually in their life or not, and that becomes an issue where either the father was in their life or the father wasn't. But they have a reasoning behind it now. Like the father could have been in the life, but they quote unquote didn't like him, or they said he was detrimental, because that's what people say when the father's in somebody's life, is somehow they're a negative influence. But when they're not in their life, it's like, yo, he's got to be a deadbeat. But we don't talk about these mothers and these and their families moving and causing distance and parental alienation, which causes a lot of these shenanigans. So that throws off the family. How many kids have y'all known who said their father wasn't in their life or their father was no good, but they wind up being remarried or having a family with somebody else, but they was treating them kids just fine, and then the kid had an issue with that. And as they got older, they could still come over. They could be with their siblings if they want to, but it was always team mama versus team daddy. Not understanding until probably they got older that, damn, wait, my dad can hold a relationship, but my mom can't. That's messed up. Q was good, you know, and your cousin, baby mama just up and took the son. Yeah, that don't make sense. And women are allowed to just up and move like that. That's kidnapping if a man does it, to be perfectly honest. But exactly, Tom, because we're not on the same page, fam. And this spills into finances. And the reason why I say it spills into finances is because of the lack of family unity. A lot of this comes from how you gonna inherit something. DJ Cody Mo City. Hey, it's time. No. You know what, one of my homeboys make shit cheesecakes. Cheesecakes out of Mo City. I'm gonna get something for my birthday. So DJ Cody, I'm gonna give me that cheesecake from a dog. Like, it is what it is. You know. Wow, that's when I realized it was good. Well, okay. I mean, Omega, that was your situation. I get you. You know. Now, because of the lack of family and family structure, the money's messed up. Because even with quote unquote child support, yeah. Oh wow, I'm sorry for that. Even I'm sorry for that. Even when it comes to child support, I pay child support. I don't have an issue with child support. What I do have an issue with is paying child support and still having to buy my son things because it's not used. It's when I have, if I have my son over the summer, or if I have my son in the holidays, I'm still paying child support while he's here. I have an issue with when I had my son, his mother didn't send a dime. And as a matter of fact, she called me like, "Can I claim him on my taxes because I need some money?" That type of stuff. That messes up, like, because people are having kids for checks. What you're right, Tommy. Like, cases vary, so they do, and you're having kids for checks. And the problem would be different if you put the money aside. Like these marriages, finance is an issue because, and I talked about this in a video that's still probably uploaded now. Student loans are going to kill relationships. You know, truth teller, what's popping? Like, student loans are killing relationships because most people don't have the money to pay off their student loans and take care of their selves and their household. And the kids are and I know women who have kids because of that. Like, I know women who would go back to school as a way to student loan money. You get what I'm saying? To add to their income because they needed the money. It wasn't necessarily just for education. That's funny, Denise. That is funny. You know, Kavita was popping. You know, but Texas 20% child support for one child. I think it's a little bit more, fam. Well, I mean, yeah, because I know I do child support, but I don't do mine out of Texas, but because I had him when he was here. But Little Big Nate was popping. But that's part of the equation. Just like when people want a ball, that's a financial problem because you want a ball, but you might not be able to have the money to ball and maintain your life. That's why you make fun of people with fly rides in apartments or fly rides at their parents' house and whatnot. That's why they make fun of brothers like that. Oh, he got a Cadillac on 24s, but he's still at home because he want a ball, and the ball and getting them attention. And guys used to be able to get hotels and act like they was balling and creeping in town But truth be told, they was embarrassed that they were still living with their parents, but they made themselves look like more than they were out in the club scene, in the night scene. So it's a problem. It's a financial problem. And we can't build anything together because a lot of times you don't want to take on somebody's debt for one, and you don't necessarily want to help somebody get on their feet. Why? Because they'll get on their feet. Now that they're on their feet, they'll up and run on you. Now I'm back in the game, baby. You know what I'm saying? I got myself together. I'm bouncing back. No, you didn't bounce back. Somebody actually put you in a position to bounce back, and now you bounced on them. Because now you want to get back to your BS. You know what I'm saying? So finances is a problem. It doesn't pay rent? Yeah, it's out there. Yeah, I know that one. Well, I pay bills. What you pay? I put something on the phone bill. Y'all still got a house phone? I thought all y'all got cell phones. Well, they still got a house phone. Oh, so you give them that 19.99 a month, huh? Great, great. That's nice. Still putting your name on the orange juice. Trifle. Is that spy? you know. But this ties into the financial situation. I think is more so also to do with trust. Because a lot of our situations come, we don't trust each other, and you can't. I don't think you can. What's up, JJ? I don't think you could be mad at people for not trusting people. I was talking to a good friend of mine a couple of days ago, and she's like, "Do you trust people?" I'm like, "No." She's like, "Do you trust me?" It's like, "No." And then she's like, "Well, why you don't trust me?" I just told you I don't trust people. Like, you're included in people, and you got to be open enough and vulnerable enough to open yourself up. But a lot of times, people are using your trust against you. And personally, I got to a space in life where, how can I say this? I trust people to be who I suspect them to be, or who I learn them to be. Yeah, people are getting more selfish with age because there's no sacrifice, and no, like, a lot of times people, and I don't like some older people, and I'm gonna tell you why. I said some because some older people could tell you how everybody in their family looked out for them. Raiders, what's going on? Everybody in their family looked out for them. No, I don't trust you, Devin. Are you gonna tell me? Are you gonna call me in the middle of this thing and tell me to wave at you while I'm doing something? Trifling. You know, they tell you about all the people that did stuff for them when they were younger, but as they got older, they don't tell you about anybody they did the same thing for. So you don't trust the older generation. And when I was talking about this child support parenting thing, you say dad is abandoning people, so you don't trust your dad. And then if you come up in one of those households, you realize a lot of these mothers was using these children for checks. So when the check stopped, the love stopped. So then now you don't trust your mother when you become an adult. So why would you trust anybody in society? It's not really going to pan out that way. So now we messed up. Kavita, I'm not young. I hate to break the news to you. I'm not young. I'm a nice guy, but I'm not young. You know. But that's the thing. Trust is an issue. And since trust is an issue, it's hard to work together. And a lot of us have put ourselves out there for other people, and it wasn't returned. And it is okay if it isn't returned sometimes, even half of the time. But Tony Garland, you trust? No, I don't trust you, Tony. Is I still got love for you though, man. You trying to put me out in these streets, play no. But we're gonna have to have this honest conversation about trust, because it is getting bad, and people want everybody to be cool with everything, and everything goes, and all rules apply, and everything is all good, even though it's messed up. That shit ain't real. You think there's a mass agenda behind law enforcement doing unlawful killings of black people? I don't think it's a mass agenda. I think it's what law enforcement been doing. And I think we as a people need to arm ourselves. Somebody come to your house, man. I don't care if they're law enforcement or not. They come to your house, and it is what it is. You know what? I ain't telling you what song that is, fam. You should know by now. You know, you should know if you know music like that. Just type up Coffee Brown. I did. You figure it out. You'll figure it out, Anthony. Coffee Brown with a K. K. You know, screw that. Sometimes they need to know. But the other thing, even with the trust part, after the trust part is we're gonna have a talk about the separation because all of us don't want to be in the same area around each other because they're productive people and they're unproductive people. They're progressive people. They're regressive people. See, like self care, you know what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You young bloods need to know. You know, you need to be up on the music. I ain't telling you nothing, young blood. Just told you I don't trust you. And I was playing. But what winds up happening is people don't want people want the productive people to still be around the unproductive people. You know, and people want the progressive people to still be around the regressive people. And I see that I've been seeing that for so long, where you want people to be, you know, man, why don't you hook us up? Why don't you be down with us? Why don't you help us out? We trying to come up just like you came up, and it's like, no, you're not, because you're not really trying to put in no work. You're not really trying to be disciplined. You're not really trying to do what it takes to maintain a situation, to get up out of a bad situation and maintain and stay out of a bad situation. What you want to do is you just want to get above water and then go back down to doing nonsense. And there's going to be a separation. I mean, there's already a separation, but it's going to get worse because a lot of this stuff that we talk about in the community with you know, even the women feeling unprotected or the guys feeling disrespected by other guys is, you know, yeah, well, yeah, but yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying by any means necessary. Well, oh, you saw the Black Wall Street thing, Rich? You know, I heard about that. I heard about that. Right, what's going on? Yeah, exactly. It's broken families, but it's not a community. But a lot of times we're going to have a separation because the people that actually want a community are going to have to separate from the people who want to have a community around them so they could be on their BS still. Because a lot of times people have had a big support system. J-Do, what's up? You know, people had a big support system of being on shenanigans. A lot of the screw ups had a support system, and now you see generations of people getting older, and they like, Jesus Christ is the way. Let me see that black Jesus, white Jesus. Let me see black Jesus, white Jesus. You know what I'm saying? We gotta see. You know. So now you're seeing people like, I'm not gonna be like my family who kept bailing you out of jail. I'm not gonna be like my family who kept giving you money when you had all these different dreams, but you kept quitting. I'm not gonna be like my family who kept, you know, letting you come over and stay for a month or 2 months, and you get to eat up the food, drink the liquor, eat up the baby snacks, and then leave. You ain't even 10 cents on a stand on a nightstand on your way out, and you just feel like you keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back. Then you ask for money, then you need gas money, then you need food money, blah blah blah. People got tired of that. People are tired of that. You know, people are tired of parents who didn't really raise them, and now they become adults, and now their parents want to live off them. It's like, you didn't raise me, but you want me to take care of you. It's gonna be a separation. You know, the people who living out have been in the community who just want to get faded. Thank you, Angela. Thank you. People just want to get faded and get high or whatever. Oh, that's gonna be my next topic, Rob, about being B1. I actually believe in that. But all heart, grit, and grind was good. And what grown person would eat the baby snacks? Come on now, you know them little uh 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 them oatmeal pies, them Twinkies be coming up missing. Them little fruit snacks is, little Sunny Delights, and Capri Suns be gone. You know. And it's about, and you know what? Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Because guess what's about to happen? It's about to be Halloween. And somebody, everybody, little baby, little cousin, little nephew, gonna wake up in the morning and y'all took all the good candy. They was hiding little chocolate and Reese's peanut butter cups. They wanted their little bitty Snickers, they Skittles. What happened? You put the shit on top of the refrigerator. We can't eat all the food. Your little greedy ass then went in there, ate that baby snacks. Creepy, what's going on? Malaysia, man. Oh, what's up with you, man? I hope you're living good out there. You done ate the baby snacks. This we gonna separate from you fools. See, Andrew, you oatmeal pie thief, you. Danique, see, because Danique, you laughing because you gonna be stealing that kid candy. I know that laugh. Yeah, that's that. I'm gonna steal your candy and say it's for your best interest. I don't want you to have bad teeth. You know, we gonna take you to the dentist type of laugh. Still guilty, y'all trifling. But I'm gonna do more, G Star. I'm gonna do more. But the other thing that we need to talk about. What's going on? What's up? This for adults only. Yeah, yeah. Sneaking and eating in the bed, like trifling. But here's the other thing about the separation part is about being B1, black first. You know what I'm saying? I think Jason Black talks about B1. Even Taz and him talk about being B1, black first. Don't leave the donut sticks by themselves. And you know what? We so trifling. People be eating the stale donut sticks. Good. Powdered donuts too. They be hard and shit. Just negative. Just negative. But oh yeah. You know about them OJs. But some of us are not black first. Some of us are. Are you B1 or are you U1? What do I mean? Are you black first or are you first? And see, that's part of the separation because a lot of people want to say they black first, but you actually you first, and you're using being black as as your platform to get in somebody's pockets of life. What's up, Shane? So what's going on? Like, come on, that's what we doing? Because brother O'Shea, not O'Shea, but Ashay, brother, Ashay, we in it together, brother. We in it together? Yeah, brother. As long as you look out for me, we black, we be one. Okay, well I need you to look out for me. Well, brother, I see the white man is holding my reciprocity back. The white man stole my reciprocity in slavery, and I don't have it no more. It was taken away in Jim Crow. You know, and oh my God, did you hear Iran Contra? That's why I can't pay you back that $20, brother. Oh, nobody wants to hear that. You ain't get what I was saying, Andrew. You know what? Because you white. It's a black thing. You wouldn't understand, Andrew. But you out of the loop on that one. It's just being like you white. Like y'all like you white. White people look out for white people first. They look out for white people. Do what's in white people's interest. So being B1, you need to look out for black people and look out for black people's interests first, not everybody else. That's all that is. But what ends up happening is, we got people among us who like, man, are you actually black first or are you actually, this is a scam for you? So Michael Franks, boy, boy, do you hear what's up right here? Young Link, do you hear what's coming up there? Do you know what that is, boy? That boy, hold up, you hear that? I don't think you understand that. So in love. That's Al Green, boy. Whatever you wanna do. You could drink liquor and just whine. It don't even matter. You just whine like it's the same voice. It sounds like a cat with rhythm. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy though. Yeah, well, what's good? What's happening? You know, I, well, I mean, you might not look out for whites first, but that's your culture, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I mean, that's what the culture is in America. That's what it's been. That's why all these systems are set up that way. But the thing about it is also, you know, just another day. Hey, it's all good. Same here. The thing about it is, you know, I made my account went, okay, I got you. BB Coleman, man, listen, you better say BB King, not BB Coleman. All right, now let me get back to this topic. Some of us are B1, and some of us are us one, you know. And yeah, trauma isn't culture, but trauma is a part of everybody's culture. You know, USYSBM. But that's still, you know, black men. SYSBM, black men. You're still black. You get what I'm saying? You know, it's all good, Andrew. You know, uh, we have this issue where if we on the same team, we got to be on the same team when it's convenient, and we got to be on the same team when it's inconvenient. And we got so many people among us who are opportunists because when being black is suits them and it's convenient and they can feel like you can come up by being black first or being around people who are black first, it's all good. But you know, when there's a con to the situation, when there's something negative, now you don't want to stand with the same people that you quote unquote are black first with, and brothers don't like that. You know, you know. Hey man, you one of few, Andrew, being everyone, because everyone ain't that. You know, be one of the team is like the Washington Generals. Hell no, hell no. Washington Generals won once every 100 years. We got more wins than that. But you know, so wait a minute. So be one of the Washington Generals. Well, what you trying to say? White people the Harlem Globetrotters? That's what you trying to say? That's what you trying to say? White people curly? You know, white people can dribble like that and slide on the floor like you know that ain't real. But the other thing that we gonna actually have to have a conversation about in our community, you know, outside of that disunity, and I gotta just bring it up, is sexuality. You know, all of this gender fluidity ain't working. It ain't gonna work. And this, because a lot of times it looks like, Sister George, what's going on? A lot of times it looks like, you know, oh, he called me, oh, isn't that so? Isn't that special? You know, and what wound up happening is, let me do this one more time real quick. Whatever. Oh, there we go. Thank you. I needed you. I need you. I need you. There we go. Wow. Now, the thing about it is, what winds up happening, this sexuality stuff is just like, you know, everybody is not. Oh well, you know what, dog? I ain't gonna worry about it. I mean, shit. Uh, what winds up happening is at the end of the day, this sexuality shit ain't gonna work. If you want men in men's roles, and you're gonna have to stop trying to step on men's toes to be men. You know, if you want to be, if you want a woman in a woman's role, you're gonna have to stop. You know, getting on during the process of actually being a woman. Like, cause some guys, when it comes to sexuality, you're not really in a position to be the man in a relationship. And I ain't even just talking about financially. I'm just talking about mentally. You know what I'm saying? You're not mentally in a good space to do it. You know, I'm waiting for them to blame black men for space. Space is so black because of black men. You know, it's toxic space entity. You know, cold blooded. But that's part of the issue. Like, you know, I seen so many women who, I'm strong and I'm independent, and not, and to a degree, I'm gonna tell you what it looks like. Even with the feminism and the sexuality part, it looks like with our women, they were trying to compete with white women for the beauty standard. That didn't work. What's up, AO? And now they're trying to compete with black men to be the men of the community, and they're having mental breakdowns because of it. So that's not working. And in the midst of that, women are starting to date more women regardless. It's like, you know, so now you want to be with a woman that's imitating a man that can't be a man. And now you got men, you know, and I hate to say men, but like men like Pharrell, this is new masculinity. Let me wear a dress on a freaking cover. But the problem with that is you don't see really a lot of heterosexual men pushing sexuality of gender fluidity. You see a lot of women, homosexual women, and homosexual men. The men who are the majority of the black community, who are men like women and like dealing with women. You know, they like male female relationships. So this other stuff is like, what are y'all doing? And then the crazy part about it is, it spills over into the children because guess what's going on? Dog, look up. Look up. You know, I can't tell you what the cover was to the magazine. I don't think it was the Rolling Stone, but look up Pharrell Williams, and that cover is gonna come up because he just did it. All hard grind, grit and grind. Look it up. You're gonna see him in a. I was like, is that a big old GQ? Thank you, GQ. You just gonna shake your head. You just gonna shake your head because even with Pharrell was also the person some years back talking about, you know, mixed people are the new black. So now this is the new masculinity. Back then, mixed women were the new black. Or mixed people in general are the new black people. And it's like, for real, dog, you keep pushing these agendas that ain't got shit to do with us. Like, you just doing shit to be, I don't know for what reason. You know, you can make good music and do some dumb shit. I mean, Uncle Kevin, you know what? I ain't gonna be talking about it much longer because you gonna destroy that shit way better than I am. You know, I ain't even gonna be on here long with Kevin. And salute to Kevin Samuels. When he go live, y'all gotta jump on that panel and get that man some likes and send that man some love because he does his thing. But the other thing about it is CP was popping. I thought it was a comforter too, matter of fact. Looking like a broken condom. The other thing about this sexuality part, what's up, Mark, is in our community, they keep pushing dysfunctional sexuality on us while getting everybody else off the hook. You know, everybody talk bad about R. Kelly, but this Jason Pope dude, because he's a white dude, it doesn't register as much. But he did way more damage than we assume that R. Kelly did. You don't give, Magic Johnson been having AIDS since the 90s. You didn't hear damn near 700 young ladies catching anything from Magic. R. Kelly just been a freak for years, but you didn't hear R. Kelly gave something to 700 women. Porn stars don't even have that type of number. Diamond, what's going on? You ain't got to apologize. John Duff, what's happening? You know, well, whatever. I mean, you here to do dumb shit just like the troll was. Okay. You know, Miss Tan, what's going on? And this becomes a problem because, even when I talk to some of the ladies, some of them talk about sexuality and intimacy. Legend, what's popping? Sexuality and intimacy with men with a negative connotation. And that's a problem because, women there are some women who look at sex as a negative thing because he's penetrating you and it's forceful and I don't know that's just a bad experience. And it's like, is it? I mean, y'all buying dildos and vibrators like hotcakes, but if a man actually went up inside you, it's a negative experience. I don't understand. You know? Yeah, yeah, Dami, yeah. And the same thing, teaching children, that it's okay that gender roles don't exist and and it ain't even teaching children. One of the things we got to talk about is pushing sexuality at such a young age on these children. You back? Oh shit! You know, kids don't need to know about that. Like I have a big problem. Jamaican Pepper, what's popping? I have a big problem when I see they have these kids dancing and twerking suggestively at like 1, 2, 3 years old. They have them listen to this music and they know all the words and they doing and it's like, no, they're kids. Let them be kids. Respect to you too, fam. And then you got playing these little games and kids are trying to like make it rain and it's all dysfunctional and it's not like everybody does this. People listen to your local radio station and the kids listen to the local radio station even in daycare. and they're dancing to the music, but they're not dancing like kids would dance. They're dancing like teenagers and adults dance when they trying to hunch up on somebody. And I'm like, that is not, that's not what's up. And and I get it. I get when kids like show me mine, I show you yours, and they showing the difference between girls and boys at that young age. But this over the sexual stuff, that's too much. That's just too much. You know, and then teaching these kids how to teaching kids at a young age how to use sex as a weapon. I remember the older men teaching the boys, you should have multiple women. So you're teaching guys how to be cheaters. Crystal, what's going on? You know, teaching boys how to be cheaters like it's okay, and then teaching these girls it's okay to use your body as a way. What you get from him? Did he get you some Valentine's gifts? Did you get some money? Did you get this? Did you get that? And it's like, okay, so now you're teaching sex as a way to manipulate a situation. You know, yeah, I mean, yeah, I get it. That is bad parenting. I brought up parenting earlier. Malcolm X was right. Yeah, Malcolm X was right about a lot gang of shit. You know, but also, even teaching the boys to be effeminate and the girls to be masculine. Why? You know, because it's funny because you know nowadays you see young men looking kind of androgynous and women trying to look androgynous, and I can in my mind I'm thinking to myself, you're not gonna grow into adulthood like this. Like prime example, and I'm gonna finish this is uh I know chicks who are bisexual, right? And one of the things about people, because I don't know guys who are bisexual, I don't hang around guys like that, but one of the things about that is, Daryl, what's going on? My bad. I would tell them, I said, even, I'm betting, and I would bet that you don't see no 40 and 50-year-old bisexuals, because at some point they got to choose, because nobody's gonna be wasting their time with you. 6 months you like men, 6 months you like women. Now you're gonna go back. Nobody, as an adult, you're not gonna be committed to that shit. No way. But this mindset that you could use sex to flip and flop wherever you want to go, and it's all good. You can always bounce back, and now you can accept me like this. Is bullshit. You know, it's just like what I was saying. Like, if you're a cheater, and the person knows you as a cheater, you're not gonna bounce back. I'm down for commitment. Somebody gonna look at you like, man, shut the hell up. Or go do commitment with somebody else. And when somebody brought up the sex trafficking, I think that's a part of that community too, because, and I said this before, I have a problem with teaching young girls that they mature faster than boys, and because they mature faster than boys, they're smarter than boys, and this, that, and the third. So now you got 13-year-olds thinking that they're grown women, because you told them that they're more mature than the boys their age, and they're smarter than the boys their age. So now they think they're, you know, grown women dealing with grown men. Thus, the situation with the Jason Pope, the DJ Kid thing happens. And this is how some of these women get, these young ladies, they're not women, these little girls get abducted and being sex trafficking, because you keep telling them that they're grown and they're more mature, and they can, they're just they're just young women who can handle a grown man type of ideology. And it's like, no, that's wrong. Because now she won't date, she 15, 16, and she thinking 15, 16 year olds are too young for her. So now she want to date somebody 20, 25. You don't realize the position you putting these girls in? And these women do the same thing, because these women, they get older, and there are a lot of women who have sex with young boys. It just isn't the same stigma. There are a lot of women in their 20s and 30s having sex with teenage boys like it ain't nothing. Not a big deal. You know, Same thing with you see all these teachers sleeping with these boys. A lot of these teachers, what's up, Power? A lot of these teachers A lot of them boys were black boys. A lot of them boys were black boys, and nobody looks at if nobody looks at statutory rape when it's grown woman on young man, young boy, because he grown. As long as the meat grown, he got to be grown. He liked it, and he might have liked it. But guess what? What if a man says, when y'all look at R. Kelly, if R. Kelly was to say something like, "Yeah, Leah was 15, but she liked it," my mind's telling me no. He'll be like, "What? She liked it? This sick mother." But here's the problem: we have that sick society where you know you can say he liked it, but you can't say she liked it. You know. Oh man, South Park used to always do them shenanigans too. I haven't watched that in years. Sexuality is not fluid. That's the thing. And I'm gonna tell you something, Dave. I'm gonna tell you why I say sexuality isn't fluid. Because if sexuality were fluid, it could flow. By definition, it could flow to anything. So you're fluid if you go from man to woman, but you'll still be fluid if you go from man, woman to child. You'll still be fluid if you go from man, woman, child to necrophilia. It'll still be fluid if you went from man, woman, child, necrophilia to bestiality because it's just fluid. It can flow. That's a problem. Yeah, R. Kelly a product of incest, but nobody cares he's a product of incest because he's a man. And but even at that, he has to take responsibility for his actions. Me personally, I grew up on the west side of Chicago. So honestly, the part of this sexuality that bothers me is we don't want to talk about all these young women who have grown men and women, normally grown women, but also men in their lives who tell them to talk to older men to get money out of them. Cook County, you know what I'm talking about? Oh yeah, you know they had, you tell these girls to talk to these guys to see what he could buy you. Maybe he can get you this. Maybe he could take you here. Maybe he could do this for you. You know, and I remember a true story. My older cousin was well off, is well off, and one of my friends' cousins or aunts wanted to talk to him. So I was like, I'll hook up a day with y'all. But what my best friend's mother didn't know is I was in the hallway one day, and she was like, "You know what you should do, girl? Get with him, give him some of that thing. Make sure he don't wear no condom. You get pregnant by him, and he gonna take care of the whole family. He gonna get us out of here." She didn't know I was in the hallway though, and she comes out, and I'm just staring at her like, "Okay." And then she's just caught like, and I chill, have a conversation with my best friend. I go home, talk to my older cousin. I say, "Listen, whatchamacallit just said that such and such. He said, "Okay, cool, cool. I might still hit it, but I know she ain't getting none of this milk." You know what I'm saying? But he used condoms all the time, anyways. But that's the thing about that's the thing about using sex and sexuality as a weapon, because all this dysfunction is a problem. You know, and we're gonna have to talk about it because we're gonna have to talk about it in both ways. Really both ways, not just the way that's comfortable, because it's comfortable talking about sexuality when a man is the villain and a woman is the angel, but it's not comfortable to talk about sexuality when a woman is the villain and a man is the angel. Or it could be a little girl or a little boy. That's a problem, and we're gonna have to bring these things to the forefront because we only causing bad relationships. Fluidity follows abuse. Yeah, it could. But I've been on here for an hour, so I'm gonna get off of this thing. I got some other things to do. Thank y'all for rocking with me. Appreciate y'all. I'm gonna catch y'all the next time I do this. So take care. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Peace.